Deep in the magical forest stood a tall stone tower. Princess Dokmai had been locked inside for a long time. She looked out of the small window with sad eyes. The old forest witch had locked Princess Dokmai in the tower. She wore a dark purple robe and a tall crooked hat. The witch guarded the door and would not let anyone come near. Princess Dokmai was not alone in the tower. A fluffy white rabbit with floppy ears and a yellow bow tie stayed by her side. A little bluebird came to sing for her every single day. One day, Princess Dokmai heard the sound of hooves from the forest below. She looked out and saw a young prince riding a white horse toward the tower. Her heart beat fast with hope. Prince Jaidi stopped his white horse at the edge of the forest and looked up at the tall tower. He saw Princess Dokmai waving from the tiny window. The prince made up his mind to rescue her. As the prince walked into the forest, he found a small golden deer with a glowing star on its forehead. The deer looked at him with gentle eyes and nodded for him to follow. It would show him a secret path. The golden deer led the prince to a round chubby bear sitting under a big tree. Honey Bear proudly held a small wooden jar full of golden honey. The bear smiled widely and nodded eagerly to help. The little bluebird had flown out from the tower to bring news to the prince. It flew around his head and chirped happily. The prince and all the little animal friends decided to work together to save the princess. The prince and the little animal friends sat in a circle to plan the rescue. The bluebird sang softly to say that the witch loved to eat honey. Honey Bear smiled broadly and held up his jar of honey proudly. The plan was for Honey Bear to lure the witch away from the tower with honey. Golden Deer would lead the witch deep into the forest. Then the prince would quickly climb the tower to save the princess. Honey Bear bravely walked up to the witch and held out the jar of honey. The witch was very surprised that a bear had come to offer her honey. She forgot about the tower for a moment and reached out to take it. The golden deer darted out from the forest and led the witch on a chase. The witch forgot everything and ran after the deer deep into the forest. Prince Jaidi quickly ran toward the tower. Prince Jaidi bravely climbed up the tower. He opened the door to Princess Dokmai's room and smiled at her warmly. The princess was so happy that tears of joy ran down her cheeks. The prince led Princess Dokmai safely out of the tower. All the little animal friends gathered to welcome her warmly. The white rabbit jumped and hopped with joy. Honey Bear came to the princess and offered the remaining honey with a big smile. The princess was surprised and deeply touched. She hugged little Honey Bear with so much love. Princess Dokmai took the honey and shared it equally with everyone. She said that something tasty becomes even tastier when you share it with friends. Everyone sat in a circle and enjoyed the honey together happily. The old forest witch came back from the woods feeling very tired. She saw everyone sitting happily in a circle sharing honey. The witch felt lonely and quietly cried behind a big tree. Princess Dokmai noticed the witch hiding behind the tree. She kindly walked over and offered her own share of honey. She told the witch that everyone was welcome to sit together. The witch was amazed that the princess was not angry and even shared with her. Tears filled the witch's eyes and she bowed her head to say sorry. The witch promised she would never lock anyone up again. Everyone sat together in a circle, including the old forest witch. They shared honey and happiness with one another. That night the magical forest was full of laughter and warmth. Because sharing makes everyone truly happy.